Okay, hello. That was a bit of a silent beginning. Sorry about that, if you mind that. But anyway, I am knitting on a sock and I needed to concentrate a bit because I want to show you this very interesting sock that I'm knitting. This is the heel and this is actually the right side. So as you can see, it's a top-down sock. Okay, I was holding it upside down, but let's show it to you the right way. So you start with the rib, and I am using a variegated sock yarn combined with a ball of light yellow just to add something to the design on the wool. So you can see that's the actual pattern of the opal sock wool that I'm using. Very lucky to find this nice orange based, and then I've added in a few stripes of this sort of pale custard yellow. So I have finished already one sock, and this is a fantastic sock. It's totally different to any other socks that I've knitted, and I've knitted quite a few of them because they're really great. It's called the Vanilla Princess by Anneh Fletcher. It's A-N-N-E-H, Anneh Fletcher. So there is the pattern, and look at that. That gives you a very good idea of what the sock looks like at the back. Don't you just love that? I love that shape. So I've knitted one sock. In fact, I've knitted a pair of these before, but this is the second one I'm making. Here's my one sock, my nice colorful sock. I've done the stripes on the foot as well. And then this is the back of the heel, which, let me see if I can show it to you. Looks like that. So it sort of just looks like you split open the stocking stitch, and this is a reverse stocking stitch back of the heel. And it works really, really nicely, really well, very easy. And then you do have a heel turn underneath, which is pretty simple, and a slight gusset, and then off you go. So, and then yeah, you end off by grafting the toe. I haven't blocked this one yet, so it's a bit sort of pulled in, and yeah, it's fun. I am making the smallest size because I really do like a negative ease on my sock. So it's 60 stitches that I have on there. So today it's very cold. It's winter here in South Africa, and I'm sitting here next to a lovely fire, and as you can see, I've got many layers of knitwear on. So I'm first going to start off by taking off my hat, which is my second musselburgh. And I've made it lovely and bright and stripy. And this is actually the side that I would normally wear on the inside. But today I've decided to swap it over. This is the outside that I normally choose to wear. And I've done this black with just one single row of stripe on the fold over edge. So when I open out my musselburgh, this is what it looks like. Quite a few different things going on, but I worked out from my first one where to do the contrast color so that it works for me. Now, I never wear this with the brim folded over because I don't like the pressure on my ears of a thick brim. But what I did do on this one, excuse me, is when I did this section, which I knew was going to be over the ears, I just went down a needle size. So I basically knitted this hat on a 2.75, millimeter needle, and then I went down to a 2.5 just for this black section, and then I went back again to the 2.75, and that works very well. It just stops the edge from flaring out. It pulls it in slightly, but it's not a rib, so it's not going to irritate me. And basically that's how I wear it. I don't fold it. It's slightly a little bit high. It reminds me, you know, when you can see it from the top, it reminds me, sorry, I'm just letting the birds have their say. Those are the hardy-dars sitting on the roof. It reminds me of those Sufi whirling dervishes, because it sort of slightly comes up. You know, I really don't like anything that pulls down tight on my head. So yes, today, because it's cold, I'm wearing it in the house, and I'm wearing my lovely scrappy cowl from Curious Handmade, which I love in this thing. I'm sure I've shown it before. It's a long tube of stocking stitch alternating with some holes, and it's actually quite long and extremely cozy. I have actually just finished knitting another one, which is soaking right now. It's been blocked, and it's in green because this one is quite bright. So I thought I would make one in a different color. And yeah, and I'm wearing Romy Hill Colorico, lovely little short-ish sleeve cardigan, actually over my pajama top. Because I'm not intending to go anywhere today. I'm staying at home, and I'm staying cozy, and I'm staying warm, and I'm knitting, and I'll probably do some weaving as well a bit later. Today is the 24th of July, and on Friday, the 26th of July, it's my darling granddaughter Sage's birthday. She's turning 9, so I will be going to spend the weekend with her and my daughter, and there will be a birthday party and some fun, and let's just hope the weather plays along. It's predicted for quite a lot of snow on our mountains. We don't ever really get snow down in the towns where we live, but we are surrounded by lots of mountains, and in winter they can get snowy and very beautiful to look at. But in order to go to the snow, one has to travel. And yeah, when my daughter was young, and that's quite a long time ago, we sometimes used to go up to the snow just for the novelty of playing in the snow. But I won't be doing that. Definitely not this year. Yeah, I'm at the moment in a process of trying to minimize all my crafting materials. So I'm destashing a lot of yarn. I'm trying to work my way through all my scraps, although every time I make something with my scraps, I end up with what it seems like just the same amount of scraps left over, which is a bit hard to understand. They don't ever seem to disappear. But in the same instance, I'm also just sorting out what I do have, because in a couple of months' time, I will be going off to India, and I will be taking some of my stash with me. So I've got to sort of try and work out what I don't want to use now and what I want to take with me to India for the projects that I want to work on. So yeah, a lot of yarn sorting, giving away, selling, sorting out, deciding what I will never use again, and separating them into all good storage options, because they will be packed away for at least 6 months. So it is necessary. I'm just looking to see, yep, I have to do the increase on this row, to to make sure that they're well packed, so that when I do come back, I will have, see, I can't really talk and do a pearl in the back of the front of the stitch, obviously, without looking at it, but I managed. So I'm working on the increase of this little heel section. So that starts off with a pearl in the back and the front, and at the end between these two stitch markers, we are opening up like a V that accommodates the back of the heel. And I know it's not reinforced or anything like that, like a normal heel and gusset, but it works fine. I have yet to have any wearing through on my previous sock. Maybe I shouldn't have done the increase on that one. Should I have? Gosh. No, I'm going to unknit this section. So there we go. Unknitting. Just not difficult. It's only about 16 stitches. But I do have to look at it while I'm doing it. That was the reason why the pearl in the back of the front didn't work, because I just did that on the previous row, and I'm only supposed to do that on every second row. So I just have to come back and just check that I didn't do it on 2 rows, because that will put me out. So let's see. What did I do on the last row? Excuse me while I look at my knitting. On the last row, no. Oh, I see. Let's have another look. No, this is a plain row. Just as well I went back, because there is no increase required on this row. So there we go. Yeah, when I finish knitting these socks, I am going to start knitting this very cute little sort of shawlette. I don't have the pattern, or it's a Japanese designer, so I'm not quite sure if I can remember the name. In fact, I cannot remember the name, so I will not try and tell you too much about it now, because by the next time I record, it will probably be finished, and then I can show you what it looks like. So, yeah, I think that's about all I've got to share with you knitting-wise today. And I'm just going to make sure that my fire keeps burning and that I move all my crafting to the lounge and keep warm while I'm wearing all my knits and knitting all my knits. So just a quick little drop in with a bit of sock knitting. Thanks for popping by, and have a lovely day.